When it comes to the cost of living crisis, there is one key statistic to keep an eye on here. It's inflation, the rate at which the average shopping basket of goods and services goes up each year. And, well, you can see the big picture here. This goes back the past decade, and just look at how much that line has gone up, over 10% just recently. It's come down from 10.1% to 9.9%, so a little bit of good news there. Primarily, though, it's because of petrol prices pushing that down quite a lot. But if you strip away all of the volatile stuff like energy, like food, you're left with this. This is core inflation. It's worth just looking at because it gives you a sense of just the underlying strength of inflation. Although it's lower, you can see that it's still rising, and the expectation is that inflation is going to go higher. But how much higher? Well, that's just changed a lot, because remember the energy price guarantee that the government just announced? That can make an enormous difference here. Here's a forecast that came before that energy price guarantee. So this is the next few months. And many economists thought that inflation was going to get up towards 20%, if you can believe it. But now look at the new forecast after the government stepped in to guarantee those bills not going above a certain level per unit. Look, a massive difference there. So inflation still going up a little bit in the next few months, but coming down to about the kind of Bank of England's target by kind of late next year into 2024. So that's a big change there. But of course, the price of that for the government and for the rest of us depends on this, the wholesale price of gas. That's been incredibly high recently, although you can see, look at the right-hand side, you can see it ramped up a bit, but it's started to come down recently, partly because of what's happening, all that good news in Ukraine. So we're going to keep an eye on that. No one really knows what's going to happen next. Final thing to note, I was talking about one type of inflation, so the type that we tend to look at, CPI, basket of goods and services. But there is another type of inflation, house price inflation. And that actually, this red line here, is going up even faster than regular inflation, up by more than 15%, the highest rate actually that's been since 2003. And I'll leave you with a statistic. Over the past year, the average home has gone up in value by £39,000. Average earnings over that period, so typically what we earn, £31,000. So homes earning more than human beings. It's quite a stark statistic, particularly if you're not yet on the housing ladder.